Dear friends of the Tom Photo channel and dear new viewers, our today's topic is Fujifilm X-T20. This is a camera that's not getting enough attention these days. Of the three X-T double digits brothers, X-T10, X-T20, X-T30, this is the middle brother. When was the last time you saw the middle brother get much attention or do something very significant in the fairy tales, for example? Always the oldest brother inherits the kingdom, and the youngest one is the smart hero who saves the world and marries the princess. With the Fujifilm cameras, luckily we have a different fairy tale going on. The middle brother has no less superpowers than the others. The X-T10 is the oldest brother who started it. The others were basically the same camera with more bells and whistles and upgrades. The youngest brother, the X-T30, is the mighty and smart and expensive. But where does it leave the X-T20 that doesn't look any different from the others, just more expensive than X-T10 and less capable than X-T30? Maybe the X-T20 is the best of both worlds. Not too expensive, but nevertheless very capable. I think this is precisely the spin I'll put on today's story, and I'll show you where the X-T20 lands. Links to my other Fuji X-T camera videos are below. Appearance-wise, all three cameras look identical. They can be silver, black or charcoal, but they look the same. The X-T30 is a bit fatter than the others, but you won't see that difference. So they all land on the same line. All get 10 points out of 10 because they're all so equally good looking. Photo quality. Again, I have to give them the same points because they all produce magnificent results. They have different versions of X-trans sensors, but to me they perform equally well. 10 points to all. This is starting to look a bit boring, doesn't it? Okay, next up, photography experience. Here I put the X-T20 closer to X-T30 because these guys have touchscreen and higher resolution. The X-T20 has a four-way pad for navigation, but the X-T30 has a joystick. Most people like joystick. I like the four-way pad. Is X-T20 pulling ahead here? I'm afraid not, because the X-T30 has a faster autofocus and more focus points. It also has a faster burst and its battery lasts longer. The X-T20 has a Q button. This is a way to access the most important menu items upon pressing a single button. X-T20 has it where the X-T10 had it. For the X-T30, they have moved it closer to the side where you're more likely to accidentally press it. So this is something that's better in X-T20 than in X-T30. What about video? Unlike X-T10, the X-T20 can shoot 4K video. It's not as detailed as that of the X-T30. Also, it offers no Eterna film simulation or F-log, both of which are essential for color grading latitude. The X-T20 has gotten rid of the small submerged video button in the X-T10, and for me this is a bonus. Evolutionarily speaking, the X-T20 really is right between the X-T10 and X-T30. Much more so than in photography, where it was directly challenging the X-T30. Do you want to see a graph where these cameras go in the opposite direction? There you have it. This is the used price of body only. Do you want a perfectly flat graph? Here's value for money. For higher models, you pay more and get more. I think it's so well balanced here. I think these cameras are equally good for the money. But is there a category where X-T20 would top the others? I could think of two examples. I read that the X-T20 has the best low-light performance of all these cameras, but no matter how I try to validate this, I cannot clearly confirm it. But several people have said that, so go figure. My own original thinking is that if you want a camera mostly for photography and don't care about very advanced video function, then the X-T20 might be the most bang for your buck at the current time. So our beloved X-T20 gets a special award from me. The best buy for a pure photographer among the X-T double-digit series cameras. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my reasoning here. I made a special video where I show sample images of X-T20. Please check it out, the link is below. What can I say other than this is a wonderful camera that I don't hesitate to recommend for a second. It's just so well built and so good looking on top of what it can do. And did I say it's small? I say it in most videos that when it comes to cameras, size matters. With large cameras, you'll miss out on opportunities because you tend to leave your large camera at home. Most things I said in my X-T10 video apply to X-T20 as well. Smartly hidden flash in the hump where you would traditionally find a viewfinder, moving back screen, it comes out and turns up and down but not sideways. Unlike its predecessor, this screen is touch sensitive. This is great for precise focusing, especially in video. Large high-quality turnable buttons including the Fuji specific aperture priority / shutter speed button, two functions put together under one button. Such a nice exposure compensation button which goes from -3 to +3 in the 1/3 increments. You've got auto exposure lock and autofocus lock buttons. Small lever by the lens mount switches between single focus, continuous focus, and manual focus. Manual focus on the X-T20 is great. Focus peaking is such a nice feature. You can have the camera highlight the regions that are in focus using bright color. This makes manual focusing precise. It's not a guessing game with this camera. The camera is full of fancy options. Listing all would make this video too long. This is a pro-grade camera when it comes to options. I said the video was not as good as that out of the X-T30. It uses line skipping when producing the video. I'm showing you a sample video in the background. Obviously you cannot judge video quality over an HD streaming. It's like evaluating an orchestra over the phone. However, I think you agree that there is absolutely nothing wrong with this video. If you need this camera for making home videos of kids or film your summer holiday, this camera is more than you'll need. It also takes an external microphone via a mic port on the side, which to me is more important than its ability to record beautiful 4K video, which it can easily do. If you're a home video shooter, you're not going to miss F-Log. This is mostly for professionals. The X-T20 benefits from all the wonderful Fujifilm simulations such as Provia, Astia, Velvia, etc. If you're a JPEG shooter, the Fuji system is tailor-made for you. This is not to say that Fuji RAW files are not great, they are. Just that since they use X-Trans technology, it differs from competition a bit, and not all tools can handle these files equally well. Thankfully, Fuji offers its own RAW studio, free of charge, downloadable from its website. I use RAW therapy as I mentioned already. My RAW therapy tutorial is linked below. When I talk about the X-T double-digit series, I say that the problems they have are somewhat complicated menu and no scratch protection on the bottom of the camera, for example. These are not real problems to worry about. You always find something to complain about if you want. Sure, you don't have weather resistance and in-body image stabilization, but look at the price and size of the camera and you'll understand why. So many Fuji lenses have really nice image stabilization, so this is not an issue. For example, the Fuji XF 18 to 55mm lens, which is often offered as Fuji's kit lens, aka the world's best kit lens, see my previous video, works perfect in front of the X-T20. I didn't talk about the technical aspects here too much. These are so easily downloadable in the tabular form from the internet upon a click, and I mentioned them in my Fujifilm comparison video. I didn't think you wanted me to read those out to you again. I barely even mentioned the main thing people pay attention to, the megapixels. It's got 24 of those, but that should not be the point. Given a constant sensor size, the less megapixels you have, the better the image. If you've been watching this video because you're considering buying a used X-T20, then you have my wholehearted recommendation to buy this camera. It's just great. Simple as that. I'm not even giving you any ifs or buts. The image quality out of this camera is out of this world. If you intend to buy the camera used, please check out my used camera buying tips video. The link is below. If you decide to subscribe to my channel, I'll be most flattered. Thanks so much for watching. I enjoyed spending some quality time with you, and I wish you a really nice day.